Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review. This time we are bringing you the latest Jane Austen's adaptation of Emma, a movie that's been done countless times, a story that's been made into television shows, American satires. If you've ever seen Clueless, Clueless is technically Emma, just an American version of Emma. So this story has been done countless times, so many times it's ridiculous. It's kind of like Little Women, that when it came out, everyone wondered why we get another Little Woman. Same thing with Emma. You would see and you would wonder, like, why are we getting another Emma? But just like Little Women, this one will surprise you, and it's pretty dope. Pretty good adaptation of Jane Austen's work. So let me quickly give you the cast and then a synopsis of this one. The key cast members. I'm not going through everybody because it's a huge cast here of very talented people. We're just going to focus on the key people. We have playing Emma, Anya Taylor-Joy. I'm sorry. You may remember her from Split, Glass, mostly horror movies, because she's also coming out in New Mutants. So she's a real big horror movie girl so far, and in this movie she just is amazing. We have Mr. Bill Knightley, who at this point, if you put him in a work like Emma, you're kind of like a cheat code. Like, Bill Knightley's gonna nail this every time. We have Mr. Johnny Flynn, who is amazing in this movie. Amazing on levels that I didn't think humanly possible from Mr. Johnny Flynn. And then we have my favorite, Miss Miranda Hart. I remember Miss Miranda Hart from I Spy with Melissa McCartney. And she stole every scene in that. And in this one, she kind of does the same thing. Her just dry sense of humor and silliness plays very well with the source material. If anybody out there who's ever read Emma, not just in the movies, but read Emma, and you see the satire and how dry it is, she nails this perfectly. But for the people out there who have not, let's give you a very quick synopsis of the movie. So, Jane Austen's beloved comedy about finding your equal and earning your happy ending is reimagined in this handsome, clever, rich story. Emma Woodhouse is a restless queen bee without rivals in her sleepy little town. In its glittering satire of social class and the growing pains, Emma must adventure through misguided matches and romantic missteps to find a love that has been there all along. Now, that sounds very simple, but Emma is very simple. If you've ever seen a romantic comedy before in your life, kind of the boilerplate for them tends to be Emma, of this amazing character who thinks she's a matchmaker, but the whole time never finding a match for herself. It's every rom-com humanly possible who falls under Emma. So again, the story is not going to blow you away. It's not going to be something that is going to make you stop in your tracks. This is a by-the-books reimagining of Jane Austen's work. And for better, and definitely not for worse, it works amazingly well. Anya Taylor-Joy is phenomenal in this movie. And for me, coming into this film, I doubted that she could pull off this type of role. Because, again, when you see an actress who does mainly horror movies, you kind of think, maybe you have limited range and that's why you do it. But in this one, from the icy deposition that Emma must have at the beginning to letting it melt away, especially when she meets her counterpart, who is Mr. Knightley, played by Johnny Flynn, that dynamic works so well together. One, because Mr. Johnny Flynn in this movie is phenomenal. I don't know if when casting the role, they imagined that he would be this good, but he nails it. Point blank and simple, he completely nails it, and their chemistry together works wonders for this story. Again, especially for a story that does not steer away from the original source material. Again, this is a well-read and often used source material, so it's kind of amazing that we would have a first-time director here who would decide that not only are we going to do Emma, but we're going to do Emma, and we're not going to really change much about the story. We're just going to put an amazing cast around this story and hope for the best. And in the end, we get a movie that's charming, romantic, touching. It's everything humanly possible. And again, for people who would not know, like, Emma was the first starring role for Gwyneth Paltrow. So in my mind, that was the Emma that I've always seen and always imagined. So when Anya Taylor-Joy comes up and nails this role the way she did, better amazingly better than Gwyneth Paltrow did in her first performance in this role. It kind of threw me off because I didn't know how to feel about it coming out of the movie. But even like after the screening ended, and I'm talking to the other people who went to this screening, and some of the first words that come to mind is like, this one seems more upbeat, more joyful than the 96 film. Like at times the 96 film felt like it was a downer, and it shouldn't have, because that's not the way Jane Austen works are supposed to be translated. Like, granted, they are satire, but they are happy satires, and this one is a happy satire about the rich class and about people feeling like they are above other people and being brought back down to earth. And Anya Taylor-Joy nails that hands down in this movie. Again, I am completely surprised how good she was in this movie, and it could be because the last time any of us saw her in a big audience type of film would have been opposite James McAvoy, and he's so great in Split, it kind of makes you wonder, was she actually even trying to act? And then you see a movie like Emma, and she nails it 100% so. And then we have Mr. Bill Nighy, who, in all honesty, he's on cruise control in this movie, but because it's Bill Nighy and because he's that amazing of an actor, he can be on cruise control because the work itself lends him to be on cruise control, and you don't mind at all. And then finally, again, I have to bring up again Miss Miranda Hart again. She's a scene stealer. She's somebody who I'm 100% sure you'll never see her in a starring role, but she keeps on nailing these supporting roles with the wit and the humor that she does. It is amazing. It makes, even when this movie feels like it's about to hit a dry spell, she just cracks a slight joke or a slight look, or surprisingly at one pivotal moment in this film, a heartbreaking amount of emotion, and it just nails you, and it works so well that I think anybody should check out Emma, especially if you have teenage girls. This is perfect for them. And the age that we're living in with this type of character, they can resonate with them very well, because amazingly with Jane Austen's work, even though it is as old as it is, the characters still relate to today. People are going to love it. So, Emma, out of a possible 10, I'm going to give it a 7.5. It is definitely something you should see in movie theaters. It's definitely something you could take your significant other out to see. It's something you could take if you have little girls. You can take them out to see it. This is the type of movie where it is family friendly. Nothing over the top is done where you feel uncomfortable with kids watching it. And nothing over the top happens where you feel uncomfortable watching it with your significant other. So, this has been another JVS movie review. Emma, the latest Jane Austen adaptation of a story that everyone knows extremely well at this point, but you'll love this one. Peace, people.